All right, man. We are back. Moving forward, yeah, we're still tripping on the thong song, y'all. So,
I can't get over it.
right. I almost started playing it myself.
as soon as we're off this podcast, the
Right.
first thing I'm going to do is turn that on and dance around my living room.
My favorite part is when you go, yeah. I'm like, ah. And then here's this dude running around on these ladies' booties and stuff like like
his hair.
Yeah.
Oh, silver hair. Oh, I used to love him.
Look, our younger viewers is like, who the hell? Just look up.
I know. They're like, excuse me? And you're like, Google it. That you can Google, and you should be Googling.
Right.
Okay?
Right. We
okay?
Your favorite, that's for sure.
You're welcome.
What is the name of the segment, Tiff? We're at
Who Played It Best?
Who Played It Best Spider-Man edition, part 2. Without
Spider-Man. Exactly. Now with less Spider-Man.
So we'll go down a list. We got a nice robust list here, but I think we can get through it pretty quick because there's so many Spider-Man movies that's still in popular culture. These movies are sharing, how should I say, generations. Generation X, Generation Y, Generation Z, Generation
One thing I just know what the generations are: millennials,
baby boomers,
Gen Z, baby boomers,
and even like the greatest generation. Because they're still around, they love this shit. So anyway, so the first one up the bid, Tiff, which is not a bid, but let's talk about Mary Jane Watson. And I was very surprised that we only had in cinematically 2 actresses play Mary Jane Watson. I was like, what? No, it got to be more than that. I had to go double check. So we got Kristen Dunst and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. She did 3 movies. And we got Zendaya, who has done 3 movies? 3 movies with being Mary Jane?
Three movies. 3 movies.
So the 3 and 3, different times.
Ooh, this is a rough one.
Who did it?
Rough one.
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay. I'm going to speak from my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Zendaya. I think she's a fantastic actress.
Mm-hmm.
I love her portrayal of MJ.
Yes.
She's a little bit more of a hard-ass version of Mary Jane Watson.
And even when she's soft, she's still a little hard.
Even when she's soft, yeah. But I mean, there's been in the comic book several iterations of Mary Jane where she's kind of back and forth between someone who would consider a little bit more jaded. Jaded isn't the right word, but like a little bit more on the harder side, and then like the softer Mary Jane. But I will say that I'm going to say Kristen Dunst, not only because I love Kristen Dunst, but because I think that she embodied that kind of like cute girl next door, Mary Jane situation. And plus, I think the iconic scene that everybody kind of thinks about when they think about Spider-Man, if they're quote unquote outside of like the fandom, is the upside down kissing scene.
Yeah. Okay. So interesting that you break it down that way. So let me break it down.
Yes. Thank you.
So I agree with everything you said, honestly.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that's at effect with both of these characters because we have Spider-Man involved. I think that the Kristen Dunst, Sam Raimi's love story was more developed than the Peter Parker, because the Zendaya character, they were still in high school. So the love story was more puppyish, lovey.
Sure.
Because they were teenagers, but they started as teenagers, and Kristen Dunst played a great teenager in that school. And they turned out being adults. So I love Zendaya's. Don't get me wrong. So F y'all, I love Mary Jane as Zendaya. I love it. But I do think I like the Kristen Dunst better, only because the love story, Spider-Man, Sam Raimi, was a love story. It starts out saying it's all about a girl. So it was all about the two of them. And the Zendaya thing was kind of thrown in the middle of this Avengers Secret War. All this shit is happening. And it still ended up being a good love story. It's an important
part. It's a good part. Yes. It's well done in the movie, but it is definitely like a back burner situation.
Exactly. Until like the second and the last movie, which we had the Avengers movies, which contributed to the Spider-Man movies too.
It's getting difficult up in here.
But I'm just saying. So I agree with you. Gwen Stacy, played by
Gwen Stacy.
Bryce Dallas Howard, who was fine as hell in Spider-Man 3. Emma Stone, who was an amazing Gwen Stacy. And then we had Haley Stansfield as Spider-Gwen. So,
yeah.
What do you think?
Ooh, that's very difficult because I will say that I have not seen the Spider-Man with Emma Stone.
None of them?
No, and we've talked about this on the podcast before.
Oh, shit.
I haven't seen the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. I know, is that not weird? So I think I would have to say.
So did you get the humor and the gravitas of Andrew Garfield in that movie? Okay,
because I know that it was kind of a problem. Like, and I've seen scenes from it,
he
but
did
not
a great job. He really did.
I like Andrew Garfield.
He did
so it's kind of hard
job.
for me.
It was just they stopped Spider-Man and then just started this. So it was a thing for the fans, But go ahead. Let me not.
So I can, I will probably watch them because you had mentioned and we had talked about this before when we were talking about which Spider-Man was our Spider-Man, and we both said Tom Holland. I would say that Andrew Garfield, you said he was kind of emo, right?
Yes, it was perfect for the time.
Oh, I love it.
It was perfect for the time.
So, I don't know why I should be watching it. But for my answer for which is the best Gwen Stacy, I'm going to have to say Haley Steinfeld.
Okay.
Just because of how much I've loved those movies.
Spider-Gwen is great, man. So,
yeah.
Bryce Dallas Howard was sexy.
I just love Bryce.
She was definitely the sexiest Gwen Stacy. Like,
no questions.
Woo!
No questions.
She was fun. Emma Stone basically did the same thing as Mary Jane, developing a relationship and a death.
That's why I think that even I haven't watched those, but because I hadn't watched them, I thought she was Mary Jane.
Yeah, Emma Stone gets it for me. I love the Haley Stansfield and Spider-Gwen too. I love the character, but Emma Stone just brought it home. I mean, and then the chemistry was real. They started dating right, in the middle of this.
Yeah, they couldn't help themselves.
Yeah, so definitely Emma Stone. So it says, so what we got here is actually we got 3 Green Goblins. We got James Franco. We got Yo Boy, Dane DeHaan. And we have William Dafoe. Playing, Norman Osborn, Harry Osborn, but all Green Goblins. Who your person with? I mean,
okay. I have to say James Franco because I haven't
really.
Well, actually, I changed my mind because I prefer Willem Dafoe.
You goddamn right.
I just forgot that he took over. Like James Franco took over from Willem Dafoe, so I forgot. But I really want to say Dane DeHaan, but I haven't seen those. I fucking love Dane DeHaan.
It was horrible. Spider-Man 2 was absolutely horrible, and it was horrible. Willem Dafoe was perfect in the first.
Yeah, he's so menacing and also just kind of he plays, I feel like, a good because there's something goofy about the Green Goblin
with humor.
Yeah,
and then if you forgot about his excellent Spider-Man performance from the Sam Raimi movies, in the last Spider-Man movie, he was mesmerizing.
They brought him back.
Oh my god! So yes, without a doubt, Willem Dafoe.
Now who's making things sound pornographic?
So, Uncle Ben. It's only been 2 of them on the screen.
Uncle
Cliff
Ben.
Robinson from Sam Raimi's movie, who was hey Peter. And then we had Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen.
He was in Spider-Man 1 and 2. And
I guess I better fucking watch those because I'm just getting real torn up over here about these things I'm missing.
Martin Sheen was Uncle Ben.
I will say that when I'm gonna say Cliff Robertson just because I haven't seen the other one.
He was great.
But I'm not.
He was.
I got tore up.
Yeah.
When he was dying, and then watching that man child.
Did you not want to F Peter up when he was like, "You're not my dad"? When they were in that car.
Ooh, you ungrateful little shit.
Right. I was so pissed with him.
When he's got his little man boy face and he's got the tears in his eyes and his little lips because he's got because Uncle Ben's dying and he has regrets.
Yeah.
I was like.
Yeah, for sure.
So I've been definitely giving it to him.
For sure. But for me, it's definitely Martin Sheen. He developed. They both was able to develop the character more, but Martin Sheen was just so much. He was just better. He was just better. him and Sally Fields was just the perfect couple playing the perfect roles together in the first Amazing Spider-Man. And people shit on that movie. I love it. The first one. The second one was shitty. And by Mark Webb, who did like, oh, I was like, what the Kingsman dude, everything. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Why did you? Let's move on. Aunt May. There's been 3 of them. Rosemary Harris from the Sam Raimi, who embodied the actual look,
the Aunt May vibe
of Aunt May.
Yeah.
Sally Fields, who I love her dirty bathwater. I like.
I love Sally Fields, so it's hard.
I love her. But and then we had Marissa Tomei, who just blew the doors off the whole.
Fuck, I love Marissa Tomei.
All these ladies are excellent, man.
Yeah, it's a hard one. But I'm gonna say Marissa Tomei because I've always loved Marissa Tomei. She still looks great. She still looks good. I can't fucking believe she looks great.
She was like at the end of the last movie.
Oh, I know. You're like, ah!
And you're like, oh shit, she go down. I was
this cannot, not on my watch.
I know. I was through when she died.
I will put my Spider-Man suit on. And I will come and I will save Marissa Tomei.
I was crushed. My favorite one, actually, though, even though I love Marissa Tomei, was Sally Fields. I see the first woman crush I ever had in my life was Sally Fields and Smokey the Bandit, and I've loved Sally Fields' dirty bathwater ever since. They like me. I love Sally Fields, but she just brings it no matter where she is, and she brought it so hard in those movies as being Peter's mother, and it's just like shit, Sally Fields. So who we got? We don't.
I think we've gotten down to Flash Thompson's the only other one, and I don't have enough.
Joe Magliano was in the first movie.
Yeah,
and then in the Amazing Spider-Man was Chris. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He was on a bunch of little TV shows and stuff, and I recognize him. And then you had Tony Revolori. Is that his name?
Revolori. I would pick him. I think he does a great job.
Okay, I do too. It is a different take on Flash, but I think Joe Magliano really just brought it home.
I think there's like the redemptive in the newer one. There's kind of a redemptive.
Yeah, because you can only be so much of a dick, and so I'm glad that Tony's his rendition was like, you can be a bully without being the football star and shit like that, And he wasn't even a bully more so than he was just a dick, which
he was just more like one of the smart kids, like he goes to the same special school that Peter does, and he's smart. But like also I like the fact that frenemies isn't the word, that you could definitely see them like when he becomes and helps them and stuff like that later. You're like, oh, I can see that.
Great shit. I love this. This was a lot of fun, Tiff.
Who played it best?
Yeah, so
everybody did.
that's all the actors that we can dig out that played those roles multiple times. So we're gonna take our final break. And it's time to talk a little Spider-Verse when we get back. So hold on to your webs.